Don't worry about that, mate. I just hadn't. It can't go swimmingly the first time, can it? I'd forgotten to enable the mic on that other scene. But look, I was just saying, it's good to be back, and it feels like it's been a little minute, boys. It feels like it's been a while. It hasn't been that long since the last live, but yeah, it feels like it's been a little minute, and it's good to be going, boys. It's good to be going. Good to be back in the driver's seat again, lads, doing this live. And I'm ready. I've been waiting all day for this to start. I've tried to push it on a little bit. I used to start these at like 6 o'clock, and then I thought, oh, that's a bit early, so I'll start them at 7 o'clock. And now we'll push it all the way back to 8:30, just so we can collect some more of you fellas from across the pond. We'll be running this one till quite late this evening, as late as I can really go without the eyes starting to drop. So yeah, hope everybody's ready to get settled in for this one. Hello, what's up, Shyam? How you doing, dude? Nice to see you again. And Daniel Chalmers, you're a new face in here, dude. Nice to see you. Well, a new name. I can't see your face, don't worry. I've not got access to everybody's webcams just yet. So yeah, I mean, back to business, lads. This is the bread and butter here, really. I mean, all this talk of all the new stuff that's going to be popping up, but realistically, boys, this right here is the bread and butter. So let's see what is on the agenda for old Renix today. Oh, Black Sabbath, yes. What's up, dude? Awesome. That's great, dude. Love a bit of Black Sabbath. I just went to see a few weeks ago now. I went to see a band called Breaking Benjamin. I don't know if that's maybe your cup of tea or not. Not the same genre, but this, it's that kind of circle of different genres. That was insane, dude. Breaking Benjamin's something I've been listening to since I was like 9 years old, so that was awesome. So on the agenda today, for myself, so I've got some Tyranids that I painted up a couple years ago now. This one's got a broken tip, so I've got to patch that one up. I've got to find the arm for him, patch him up, and I'm going to get these two painted up the same as this guy, so I can field them tomorrow in tomorrow's game. That I'm having a little OPR with my friend, and then I've got the Hive Tyrant. And the Hive Tyrant is... I was trying to do this thing with the wings, trying to get this like creepy fleshy tone to them. But there was a substantial amount of overspray onto the arms, so I tried to get it to like it would be like a bit of a gradient, to like look like the flesh turns into that color. As I haven't really pulled it off, to be honest, so I'm going to go back and turn those back to black, as it were, and then hopefully get this boxed off and based, so that's ready for tomorrow's game as well. Yeah, I didn't even actively do it. You just pull them out of a box and they're fucking half dead. But that's just what it is. You know what? I don't really have much attachment to these things because they didn't replace the Lictor. We did get a Lictor, but these kind of came out, and at the time that these came out, there wasn't a new Lictor. And so there's like, oh, forget Lictors, we're giving you these, and they're a bit smaller and they're not exactly the same. And they came out in that little magazine where everything was super cheap. And so, I don't know, they don't have that much value when you get them for so cheap. But no, they're cool. I've done like little horrible slobbery sticky stuff around his tendrils on his face. But yeah, this guy is of the same... Oh, they're all xenomorph schemed. This one's probably the best overall, I think, just in terms of the gradient and the way I've got the colours to appear on the model. I've also got this fat boy as well, who is supposed to be like the alien queen. Obviously, it's from Alien 1, if you've ever seen it. The big queen that Ripley kills at the end with the flamethrower and all the eggs. That's what this is based off of. So, I'll be chucking them tomorrow against a load of Tau, I would imagine. So, that's going to be... I'm going to look forward to probably dying before I get into melee, but that is what it is. We don't play Tyranids to win. We play Tyranids to be a very fun opponent. Uhu glue. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just like a random contact adhesive I bought in Tesco. It was like £1. So, but I know the Uhu glue stuff. I probably would have gone for that, but I saw that and I was like, I wonder if that did the same job. And lo and behold, it has, and it stayed really well. Fishy treats. Fishy treats. So, where is my glue? There you are. Let's get a little bit of glue onto this bad boy. Lard towel. Oh, fishy treats. yeah, they will. Yeah, fishy treats. Blueberry fish. I'm sure that's a delicacy in at least somewhere. I could see that being like a delicacy in like the north of like Finland or Sweden or somewhere in Scandinavia where it's particularly cold. I don't know if you can technically call Finland Scandinavia, but it's that kind of lump that goes off the top of Northern Europe. Or Western Europe, or Eastern Europe. Western Europe. Right, there's loads of blueberries, and they eat loads of fish, don't they? So, we'll go for that. Yeah, that was pretty fucking simple, wasn't it? Christ. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret, actually. So, this Hive Tyrant, I actually managed to make it out of the same box as the Swarm Lord. And you think, well, how the bloody hell did you do that? And now, to be fair, I had to get something offline. So, see that chest part? Here to here, right? You can go on Etsy and buy a 3D printed version of just that section. And then you can then take just that section of the torso. And then, because the Hive Tyrant box comes with so many extra bits, it comes with like 3-4 heads, so many different arrangements of weapons and everything. You can actually, if you just repeatedly buy, if you buy 2 more torsos, you can make at least 3 Hive Tyrants out of the one box. So, pretty good value kit. Pretty good value kit. That's the Swarm Lord there. And that's the kind of basing I've gone for on this. I've kind of gone for this like licheny, green, kind of mossy alien moon planet thing. I think it's like neutral enough to look good on most boards, but then also have like a little bit of character to it with those 3D ferns that are there too. So that's what I'm going with for these guys. This guy's got a bit of a bigger base though. I've put on it, obviously, because you only get one base in a box, so I put him on the base for something else. I can't quite remember what it's for, but I'm gonna have to do something maybe a bit more intriguing with that base size, I think. I'm not sure what. But for all the basing for these guys, and for most stuff actually, I use this stuff. This is called Diorama, AK Interactive's Diorama range. They've got dry ground. I've also got muddy ground. They've got a few different types, and it's basically like a Citadel texture paint that you get, and rather than it costing you £8 for a tiny tub of that size, it costs you £8 for a tub of this size. And I think I'd be surprised if I ever run out of this, to be honest. So I would, if I was to make a recommendation to anyone, pretty much everything that AK Interactive comes out with, I've been pretty much blown away in terms of the quality, in terms of the coverage of the paints. Everything's fantastic. I mean, this strong dark blue, I use it as a base for 2 different armies. I use it for the Ultramarines, and I also use it for the Tyranids too. So they need to fucking sponsor me, I think, because I'm just gonna wax lyrical about them, whether they do or not. So, so everybody in the chat, who's working on stuff today? What are you working on? And if anybody wants to drop in a little picture in the Discord of what it is that you're working on, so I can have a little look, that'd be awesome. I've got a little beer here pulled. I've got a Beavertown Heavy Gravity Hazy IPA 6.5. We've got on the strong stuff tonight, boys. Very nice, very 21st century. The Beavertown, they do have really nice artwork on their cans. Not quite as cool as the one from the other day though, that had literally had Gandalf and Mount Doom on it, and that was brewed over the hill. You could hit that brewery with a World War I artillery round, though. So, Daniel, you said I used to do architectural stonemasonry, so I've got lots of superfine sandstone dust. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate, actually. That's cool. I work in construction in real life as well. But that's super cool. Architectural stonemasonry. That's sick. Fantastic. So what to start with? I think perhaps I'm going to fill this guy's basin and then give that an opportunity to dry, and then come back to it later in the session and color it up a bit, give it the dry brushing and the washes that it needs. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to start with. Yeah, if anybody's hobbying right now, drop some stuff into the Discord, into the hobby section, and I'll check it out, see what everybody's getting up to. Okie dokie. What should I use to ladle this on? Let's have a look. Yeah, let's use that. How are we looking? Let me check the stream looks. Looks perfect. Excellent. Da 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 da. Yeah da 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 da. I'm gonna check out some of the stuff that was announced on the Warhammer community page shortly. Some new orc stuff by the looks of it. I can't remember if it was rules. Not as interested when there's like rules updates, as I actually don't even play 40k anymore. Though I will have to admit to you, I've been feeling the unholy call of 11th edition beckoning me to come back to playing the game properly. And it's not because of anything to do with 11th edition. It's not because I've heard any promising things about it. In fact, well, I haven't at all, and I don't even really want to, but there's just something to be said about being able to be active in the official, as it were, Warhammer 40k game. I miss kind of being able to just go into my FLGS and have a pickup game with somebody. Obviously, I play Bolt Action at the minute, and I play one-page rules, and they are just like objectively way better games to play. But they don't have that same level of like, how can I put this? You can't just go on YouTube and listen to some stuff about it, and it's not got the same level of support, obviously. I mean, it's no way that you could expect it to, but it just kind of leaves me wishing I could get involved with local tournaments and things like that. But I think I'll hold off for a little while until I've done my Space Marine army, which probably should be somewhere around winter, I think. And then we'll see how it goes. I've not got the highest hopes for them fixing it in the next edition, though one can always hope. I am actually currently working on a video right now that's going to be uploaded. I would probably imagine it. I think I've just finished up a painting guide today. That's probably going to go up, I'd say, Tuesday or Wednesday, if I have some more time than I'm thinking I do. Friday we'll probably be looking at I'm uploading a video called "Why Do We Even Like Warhammer?" and which is not going to be as negative and moany as it might sound, but it really puts it into perspective, because I think a lot of people we just like the things we like, right? We don't really think about why we like them. You don't need to think about why you like it. Like, for instance, what started me thinking about this was two things. Is when I was going fishing all the time. Hey, what's up, Sleety? How we doing, man? So, I used to go fishing a lot, right? Like, all the time when I was younger. And, look, I could tell you with confidence that I've been fishing the rivers of this country, of this lovely county that I live in, up in Northumberland. And I've never caught a fish in probably 100 times at the attempt. Now that seems like bollocks, but I swear it is not. I've had much more success in the sea and I have some success on lakes and reservoirs, but overall I'm not a lucky fisherman, and I never was. So it begs the question, why do I even do this? Why am I even doing this? Why am I sat here spending hours all day sat by this riverbank, knowing full well I'm not gonna fucking catch a fish? I never catch a fish. It's a funny one. I still can't quite quantify it. I think it's the pursuit. It's the challenge. It's the potential of that great moment at the end when it finally pays off, when you finally catch that fish. But it also got me thinking, well, you could apply that to Warhammer. I mean, why do we even like Warhammer? And then when I think about it, I mean, there is the simple answer, well, because it's sick. But why is it sick? What's enjoyable about it? And what really pushed me to make the video is because one time one of my friends who is not a what should we call it, a Warhammer person at all, he said to me, "Oh, do you do that Warhammer stuff?" And I said, "Oh yeah, I'll do that Warhammer stuff." And he goes, "Oh right, you know, I always thought it's quite expensive, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, it's quite expensive." And he goes, "It's a lot of money for graft." And I went, fuck, it is. And that made me think, like, but why do I do this? Why do I like this so much? The answer isn't one simple thing, of course. But anyway, I'm not going to go on about it too much because that's what the video is going to be about. Okay, get a nice bit of texture with that. Just, that's it. Okie dokie. Now, that will sit nicely, and while that dries up, I can turn my attention to something else. I'm also realizing I haven't provisioned myself any water, so just bear with me, boys. I shall be right back. So, I'm back. Got the water. Excellent. Swap those around so I don't actually drink the paint water. It wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Okay, so we've got something in the Discord. What's going on? That's the one I'm in. Hobby picks. Like 7th. Ooh, let's have a look at that. What is that? Oh, hold on. Oh, is this like a converted yeah, this is a converted Terminator. See, those are some Primaris legs into a Terminator torso with the old Stormbolter. Yeah, I attempted this as well. I attempted that conversion myself. Oh, I'll pop it up on the screen so everybody knows what we're looking at. Okay. That didn't work. Oh well. Well, no, yeah, I attempted that too. I attempted to true scale the Terminators up, and it went all right actually. I would get it out, but it's deep in the boxes. It's not coming out, I'm afraid. Check this standard out. I was quite happy with this. Lovely. Nobody likes painting standards, really, do they? The quicker you can get through it, the better. Still some work to be done on this guy, to be quite honest. It's so funny, I've gone so long in this hobby, man, without ever succumbing to painting ultramarines until I've got so damn far into this hobby that there's not much else left to try to paint except ultramarines. So I'm in the process of building up a ultramarines army. idea it's going to be centered around 2 land raiders. One's going to be called Malleus and the other one Incus, which means which is Latin for hammer and anvil, and it's just going to be pretty much a Terminator only army, apart from some Sterncart veterans. So it's going to be super fluffy, super cool, super old school, super nostalgic. It's going to be sick. Hayden, are you in here, lad? You've usually said about 3,000 things by now. You haven't sandblasted me with pictures of Tau yet. What's going on? It's not a normal stream. Okie dokie. Right then. His arm's still up there on the shelf, isn't it? Excellent. Okay, you just need some hard coat on you. Not doing anything else on it. You know what? I'm gonna follow on with the lighter dry brush. So where's that? Okay, that's gorgeous. Thunderhawk blue, I think we shall do. Yeah, Thunderhawk. I'll zoom this camera in a bit, I think. That's not happening, apparently. Okay. I like the blue army look. Yeah, but let me start that again, bro. Daniel says, I like the blue army look. Okay, let's try that for a third time. I like a blue army. Looks great on the table. My favorite color is red, but getting the highlights right is a pain. Yeah, man. You always need to go much lighter with red highlights than you would expect to do. I always end up having to go up to Fire Dragon Bright and sometimes even beyond. I'll go like to a Troll Slayer and then I'll hit the corners of the highlights with a yellow. I mean, I quite like things to be quite striking. What's up, Hayden, baby? What's up, big dog? Yeah, I like my highlights I like my stuff to pop a little bit. There's a time and a place, obviously, for like grim dark and dirty and rusty and all that kind of good stuff, but it depends what you're going for. At the minute, for my blue Ultramarines army, I'm going for like a real poppy showcase. In the old, my idea is to have a big glass cabinet. I'm looking to get one in an alcove I've got there in the shadows that you can't see, and I want something that's going to just really pop out at you and be a real, what would you call it, a display army. That's it. That's the idea anyway. We'll see how it goes. This needs to be zoomed in, man. What's going on? Why aren't you zoomed in? You should put this off the stand for a second. Bear with me. There we go. There we are. I do want to pick up a few cases to showcase the different sections of my army. Or do you mean like the cases as... Oh, right, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's every Warhammer guy's dream is to have a glass display case for his armies. I mean, let's be quite honest. So they're not cheap though, man. That's the thing. I mean, and I want to wait until I really got the stuff ready for it, because I mean the ones that I want, I mean you're talking like 500-600. It's not just get one from IKEA unless you know. The ones that I want, the ones that I want, like the ones that are in Games Workshop. That's what I want. A man can dream. A man can dream. I think I'll treat myself to one after a certain milestone with either the business, my normal business, of course, not that this is fucking a business, but or something to do with the channel. Maybe I'll force myself to buy one if I hit 5k or something. Maybe once I hit 2k points I'll get a case for everything. Hell yeah, dude. Do you mean like a show, like a a cabinet display case, or do you mean like a carry case? So I've got one of the old school ones. And that has served me very well. Whoops, that was way too much. Alright, that'll do. Okie dokie. We go with Death Leaper first. Now I'm gonna have to find this guy's arm real quick. Got it. I like a display case, but it depends. It just depends. I guess it depends on how expensive it is. Yeah, it depends how hard you want to go. You can get the little see-through plastic ones from Temu for like 10 quid, but they're flimsy as hell. Feel like they're gonna explode in your hands. And yeah, it could do. It could do. I'm one of those people. I don't like to buy something super shitty the first time because I know my personality, and I will just like stick with that until it breaks rather than upgrade it. So I think I'm just gonna wait and get one that's just real super nice. Something to showcase things off. It needs to have lighting in it as well because of where it is in the room, and yeah, that's going to be expensive really. It could be pushing it up to about 700 or 800 actually. Hayden says I'll definitely be picking up a carry case of some kind so I can actually take my army to go play. Yes. I'm not buying nothing from Temu. Glass would be ideal, but if I can get a good plastic one, that's fine. Yeah, I know what you mean, to be fair, mate. If there is a good plastic one that does the job and doesn't look like just like shit plastic, then yeah, that would be perfectly fine. So one thing I've never done it. I do have the stuff to do it if I wanted to, but if you use this stuff, this is a magnetic sheet. I use it for like models bases, and if you stick, and it's sticky backed. So if I get that and stick it on the inside of a model, these then stick to each other. And then if you have like you carry guys in a tray or whatever, you guys aren't going to slide around. I'm sure you've seen that before. That is always an option. And to be honest, it might be better because like if you, especially now that we've switched over to these bigger models, they don't fit in those old little foam slots anymore. Like when I try to put like, I mean, there's no way he'd be going in a slot. Much wider and chunkier and taller with the standard on top. I just don't think. I think the best way for him is to be just magnetized and held down. I think it's probably the best way to do it. There's a part of me that wants to hold on to the pure nostalgia of the classic little foam slots and stuff, and slot you guys in and seeing them all when you open it, all facing up and looking at you. But everything's bigger now. All the infantry is now slightly bigger. They're all like 28mm like size, but yeah, I think unless you can get bigger foam now, I don't know. The jury's out on that one. Especially for Tyranids, borderline useless for Tyranids. Hayden, did you like my short that I uploaded today? That was my little brother, not me, obviously. That was from some years ago when we were staying in a stately home in Scotland. It was one of the places where the current Princess of England used to go and stay in the holiday times. We hired it out for Christmas, and we went up with the whole family, and we were doing a lot of messing around and pissing about. And that video is one of the things that we did while we were there. It got an absurd amount of views on TikTok when I uploaded it there. I don't know how loud the music is for you guys, but it sounds a little bit loud on my end, so I'm just going to touch it down a notch. There we go. Looks like Discord's crashed. Open that up in case anybody sent any stuff in. We've still got Black Sabbath's. Oh, Black Sabbath's Terminator guy. Can you see where? I can't get mine out. I green stuffed something over his crotch because I thought like the way that the legs are so much longer, it kind of like makes it so the Terminator looks a lot skinnier. And when I put a big loincloth over that section, it just chunked him out a bit and it looked real good. I made him look fat. It was something indeed. Ooh. Okie dokie then. Dark Reaper. Oh, we'll do it in by darkness. Oh, new subscriber. Hey, man. JS Fontaine author. Oh, you're an author. Oh, awesome. I'm a bit of a wannabe author myself. Are you actually a published author? That's really cool if you are. So let me read your comment out. New subscriber, just want to thank you for your content on hobby motivation. Really landed for me. Appreciate it and keep up the good work. Thank you very much, dude. That's a very nice comment. I appreciate it very much. If you can, and if you have a mind to, brother, join the Discord. If you go to the description of this, it'll be there. If only so I can talk to you about your book and see what the crack is with that, because or whatever it is that you do. I like creative writing myself. I've been working on a book series for about 7 years now, but it doesn't really go very far until I spur off into a different direction as far as ideas are concerned. So if you ever want to do some hobbying and talk about writing and stuff, I'd be down. I mean, we have audio channels, voice channels in the Discord where we just sit in and talk to each other and stuff. So yeah, please do join the Discord, dude. That'd be awesome. Daniel Charman says, yeah, that's a good idea with the loincloth. Yeah, it fattens up his crotch just in time for Mr. Tweed to come in. How you doing, dude? It fattens up his crotch area and it just makes him look chunkier all the way down, you know, because he's like fat and then he goes spindly and then the legs fatten out again. If you have like that loincloth, it just like kind of, yeah, that's what I found anyway. That's what I found. What's up, Mr. Tweed, dude? How you doing, man? Look, now we've got a good few people in here. I just want to say a real special thank you to Runaway 5, dude. Thank you very much for all your help in the server. Dude just offered his services back in the day, like back in the day, like a good few months ago, and he's been the one who's organized the Discord and sorted it all out and made it all nice. And yeah, I'd be lost without him, dude, because I don't know how Discords work. I'll be quite honest with you. Yeah, hourglass figure, baby. Like, but you don't want that in a Terminator. You want a big brick shithouse, don't you? So. oh goodness, I'm gonna have to make. Oh, that's gonna have to dry a little bit more. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to dry brush something I just glued. Silly boy. Alright, let's put that to one side. Okay. We're going to have to switch it up a little bit, boys. Yes, well, thank you very much. I'm glad I'm welcome, mate. I'm very glad I'm welcome. I knew I was welcome. I knew I was welcome. Oh, it's already that part of the stream where Relics has already drank one whole beer. And it's only been 37 minutes. What's going on? He's a blood angle. A blood angle. Don't we all just want to be a blood angle? He's a blood angle. That's starting to dry up nicely, actually. I love the texture you can get with this stuff. And that's probably about 7p's worth. As opposed to like a quid's worth. Or £1.50, £2 worth if it was out of the Games Workshop bottles. You gotta love AK Interactive, man. I'm gonna fish for that sponsorship. That's the first one I want. If I can get angles, so maybe he does dance. He's a blood angle. So maybe he does dance or something. Yeah. It would like, other than like the Emperor's Children, I could imagine like you take the armor off of a blood angel and he's just got a weirdly feminine figure, which is like super muscled out, but like hourglassed and feminine to be like, oh, it's kind of like hard to look at, but you can't take your eyes away because it's so crazy. I need another can of Pepper Zero, Dr. Pepper Zero Cherry. Nice. Yeah, that's a good flavour, dude. That's a real good flavour combination. Look, guys, I'm going to put you onto the Be Right Back screen for a sec while I run downstairs and get myself a little bit of liquidity. Can't be on here getting a scorched throat. Yeah, can't be out here getting a scorched throat on stream. We've got to keep the fucking pipes moist, you know. That's what they say, isn't it? Okay, so where's music on? Let me just get to the properties of this because I can turn it, so restart. Yeah, get that off. Yes, that's what we want. Okie dokie, guys. I'll be 2 seconds. I'll be right back. It sounds like our ideal man. Oh goodness. I could tell you some stories about some no, I'm 100% straight, but I could tell you some stories about some fellas who were batting for the other team who were very, very interested in me in college, to the point of like some very almost unsettling stuff going on. Yeah, but very funny. That's hilarious, mate. Yeah. But to be honest, mate, if anyone was going to ever turn me gay, I think Sanguinius could probably have a good stab at it, I think. I mean, that would probably more or less do the job. I mean, I can't really say no anyway when he's about 10 feet tall. You're just going to have to, like, oh, alright then, I guess I'll dissociate for half an hour. Anyway, I'm going to go get a beer, boys. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. Look, okay, here we go. The Khan is a sleeper pick. Life on the plane sounds heavenly. I don't know, dude. You'd stink, man. Like, no, dude, no. Life on the plane's not. Dude, you might getting. No, I can't start saying these kind of things. Fuck it, man. Could you imagine the smell of someone's Johnson after you've been on horseback for weeks and not showered over the plane? Get out of town, man. I don't know if your knob's gonna smell more like man stink or horse stink at that point. It's not a good combo. It can't be. I've not got much experience with horse riding for long periods of time, but bloody hell. I walk up a steep hill and I think I've sweat a knot to just make... Why did you just assume he doesn't shower? Dude, you don't shower if you're on the plains, bro. Yeah, if you're nomadic, like they're supposed to be like Genghis Khan, Hunt... What are they? Bloody hell. Mongols, right? They're out on the plains, they're sleeping on the horses. They're like constantly moving around. Where's the shower? You might dip yourself in a stream every once in a while, but... Not if you're going like contact to contact. But anyway, enough of that. What is next? Incubi darkness. Oh no, we can't do that. Okay. They bathe in rivers. Stop. Cease. Runaway 5 says, look at this lush blonde hair, how can you say no? I mean, that would be the only thing pulling me through that whole ordeal. I just have to stare at the hair and just imagine it's like Galadriel or something. I don't know. Just focus on the hair. Oh no, just focus on the hair. Oh goodness. What's everybody up to right now? I know Black Sabbath's working on his blood angle. What about everyone else? What we doing, boys? I'm trying to decide what I'm going to move on to. This guy's arm is loose and needs plenty of time to get sticky. That guy's done. Needs a bit of hard coat, I suppose. We could do that. Oh, me. What's good? Have we got our building line loans? Oh yeah, that's the crew guy, isn't it? So, is there anything new in the world of Warhammer? Any news going on at the minute that we can have a look at? Take a deke at anything? Take a little look? I'm not sure there is. Particularly. And then moving on to the Crutox Rider. Nice. The Crutox Rider. Okie dokie. Those knobs look pretty good. Thanks, dude. Oh, I didn't realise it was in shot. I'll have to lift the camera up a little bit. The new bike, yeah, dude, the new bikes do look pretty sick. I think let's take a little look at them in a minute, because I've got the old bikes just like a foot away from me. Not that they're painted up, unfortunately, so I'm not going to show them on stream. I refuse to sew stuff. I got better luck. Yeah, we did get better luck. I thought you... Gazgul is a monster now. Yeah, I saw that. Apparently he's got some really sick new rules. I mean, as he should be. Like, you should be scared to come up against Gazgul. He's like a Primarch level threat, and that's what he should be. I feel like he's like the new Abaddon. Like, he's just the beat stick, or like the stick, or the punching bag. Wonder when Abaddon's going to do his 14th or 15th Black Crusade. What are we up to now, anyway? Must be the 14th or 15th. I know that he did the 13th. I think he needs to keep going. Gazgul is the boy. I don't have Gazgul. I used to have the little old, what's he called? The little old metal boy. I used to have that guy, but I don't have the big, massive one. My little brother does, though, but he don't play the game. I might have to steal it from him. Yes, I think I shall. Unfortunately, he's a goth. He's a goth, and I've got Bad Moon, so it wouldn't really work. Yeah, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check them out in a minute. I've got the community, the Warhammer community page ready. I always keep that ready just in case somebody wants to point out something that's just come out. Okie dokie, that guy is nicely coated up with spunk. So let's have a look. So Hayden says he's lone op. I don't know what that means. With T10 and 16 wounds, that seems very tough. His melee does 4 damage per hit, and he has a precision attack that can one-shot a Space Marine character, and his gun can do a torrent attack up close. Yeah, these new keywords, man, I don't get them yet. I don't know them, but I'll take your word for it. Unfortunately, this isn't one of those channels where we talk about rules and tactics and stuff. Not for 40k, I'm afraid, because I'm just simply not active in it anymore. Dare I say I've moved on to better systems, is what it is, I'm afraid. Alright, that's set that boy to one side. He's nice and glistening now. So we got him, and then just gotta wait for that guy to go, and we can do him too. Excellent. Alright, let's have a little look then, shall we? Let me turn on that source and we shall all see it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, doke. Let me navigate. That's the new orc rules. Love a good mega knob. Don't. And what else we got? Where's the new bikers, man? What? Why can't I find it? No, that's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Latest news. Have a look. New orc knobs. Let's have a look then. I did have a little brief look. I just saw some stuff on Facebook. So let's have a look at this guy. I like that. That's brilliant. That just, yeah, that's great. He looks, that one, it's probably the head choice with the cloth. It makes him look like Japanese. a little bit Japanesey. Daniel says, have you played that Horde survival game mode for one-page rules? No, I haven't. Though, to be honest, it's mainly due to me not having enough infantry in any one thing to have a horde. I think I've only got 20 Hormagaunts. I need at least another 40, I think, realistically. I mean, just in general, I need another 40 of them. And some Gene Stealers too. But no, in Mate, that could be really good. I love the idea of a cooperative two-player game against the AI, for lack of a better term. So that Gretchen's excellent as well. No, overall, like, they haven't. I mean, they've perfectly updated the orcs with most of the stuff that they brought out. This guy, yeah, he's okay. I think there's something about the faces that they changed slightly. I've never been able to put my finger on it. It's almost like a little bit Age of Sigmar-y, but you know, still great miniature overall. This guy, these are the new bikers. Yeah, they are good. Yeah, that's exactly what used to be on the old bike as well, that skull thing. You know, they've updated it perfectly, really. Yeah, I can't be mad at these at all. These are really nice. Like, they brought the guns forward as well. That looks cool. Yeah, I haven't got anything bad to say about these at all. Oh yeah, they look great. And they've got the orc for hanging off the back again. They've even put that Gretchen back on. Oh, if I only could grab mine. I literally have that exact same Gretchen posed on my old war bike. So they've really paid homage there. Yeah, no, that's great. What a great update. Mr. Tweet says, I must say, I do like the new knobs kit. And Daniel says, yes, I like it too. I can play with my son that way without sore losers. Oh, you're talking about the, yeah. Yeah. I hate it when you play, I mean, I'm only ever a couple times ever done this, ever. When you play with a kid and... The problem with Warhammer is, it's inherently a game where you roll a dice and something happens that's out of your control. And when it starts to go downhill, and it's not really even your fault, and the kid's having a terrible time, you do feel bad about it. I remember all the arguments and the fights that used to go on in my Warhammer club when I was 9. Nobody wanted to lose, and it was like life or death. Dice were thrown through the doors of people's monoliths. I particularly remember people's models were grabbed up and hurled across the room. I didn't even have any models, so I just came and or used like my one Hive Tyrant on the field or something like that in a game of Space Marines versus Tau and just whack it down. Yeah, nobody knew the rules, we just made them up as we went along. getting there. I'm going to have to diversify my options for this evening. I'm unfortunately in a position where I'm waiting for things to dry, which is never where you want to be in, as somebody who's at least giving a good attempt at entertaining people with what they're doing. What can we do? What can we do, boys? He needs done. They're all done. We'll do him. Not that I've gone and picked a very entertaining thing to do, but I'm going to put a bit more basing gunk on this fella. Let's go. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about some videos that are coming to the channel. So I've got some really interesting stuff in the pipeworks. Is that how you say it? In the pipework? Yeah. Seems wrong. Oh well. So I've got a video coming, which I alluded to earlier, which is why do we even like Warhammer? Which is just kind of going into the what do we even do this for? What do we actually like about it? It's easy to say, oh, it's just cool, but you know, what's the specifics? Why do we actually enjoy this so much? Because it's so much graft, and sometimes it's a big cause of frustration for people. So yeah, it delves into that. Also, I've got a video coming, which is, I'll read that in a second, Daniel, which is about my friendly local gaming store, Red October, who I am in fact affiliated with. That's the affiliate link. If you're in the UK, guys, you literally can't get your Warhammer cheaper anywhere else, by the way. 25% off is the cheapest in the world, and yeah, it's all through the affiliate link. But I'm going to be doing an interview with them, talking about what it's actually like to run a hobby store, the misconceptions of it, what it's like on a day-to-day, and yeah, just I thought that might be quite interesting to see the perspective of the guys who pretty much like more or less run this whole industry, what it's actually like, what it's like for them. So that's going to be interesting, I think. And I imagine we're going to be drinking while we talk about it, so that'll be good. It's literally like a mini Warhammer world there, actually. Like, you can drink. They've actually got, like, these guys have come in and taken over the kitchen, who are, like, artisanal smash burger makers. And my God, the stuff they come up with is, like, crack. And there's a pub on site as well, so you've got beer by the draft as you play. You can literally get it brought to the table that you're playing on. It is fantastic. So Daniel Chalmers says, I remember playing a game of fantasy where it was a 4-player throwdown with each of the chaos greater demons. I was Khorne and failed a charge and died in a river. I thought that was going to go so much better when you said I was Khorne. I was like, this is literally your time to shine, dude. Yeah, you're going in with like a bloodthirst or whatever it was that you were going in with. That was your time to shine. Get in the mix and start chopping everyone up. You poor man. Died in a river. How did you... Why am I so unbelievably British? What did I say? What did I say, Hayden, you little bastard? You incorrigible little tyke. How did you die in a river? Was that a thing in fantasy? I've never played it, man. I'm so disappointed in myself that I never got to play that one. I was just a little bit too young, and I could only choose one system. Oh, this is what we're tasting in a minute. This is Heathen Hazy 7.2 IPA. This will put some hair on your chest. Hayden, you should try a few of these, lad. What are you talking about? Unbelievably British. What you saying, then? Man, I just remember using grenade every turn on my first game. I particularly remember one instance in one of my first ever games with my friend who was collecting orcs and I was collecting blood angels. And this was the Black Reach days. And he had a unit of Gretchen that we just bought from the shop that day. And he was so excited to get back and use them. And so we built them up and we had a little game. And I remember it was the minute, he quit the hobby. He's back into it nowadays, but he quit back then for a decade because of this. Because of this is what happened. Nah, I don't say it like bottle of water. I don't say it like bottle of water. I've not got that accent. I'd say it like bottle of water. So I'm afraid to disappoint you. I'm sorry to disappoint you. No, but this guy, he quit the hobby over this, right? So he had moved up his Gretchen. I'm going to give a little example with these pots of paint, right? So this brown is a piece of cover. This pink is my Blood Angel squad, right? And then this little blue here is his Gretchen. His Gretchen moved up behind this piece of cover, and he thought, "Oh, do you know what's going to be great? I'm going to throw a grenade into his Blood Angel squad." And so he rolls his dice. And this is back in the days of scatter dice. And that scatter dice pointed right back in his own direction, the perfect amount of inches, blew the grenade over the top of the Gretchen in a perfect circle, wiped out every last Gretchen that he had left. And he said, "I'm fucking not playing this game ever again, it's shit." He was so pissed off, and that was it. That was the end of it for him. All because of that. That's a compliment, by the way, Hayden. Unbelievably British. Quintessentially, my friend. That's elementary. What are you doing, Runaway 5? You're sitting there all Dutchly, doing Dutch things, jumping in the air and clicking your clogs together, probably. Okay, we're back to wondering what to do now. I'm literally watching paint dry, guys. That's what this hobby's become. Yeah, a compliment. Bro, you can't sit here as an American, right, and take the piss out of anybody these days. Alright, son? Bro, my house is older than your country, bro. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? Don't at me. Don't at me in the chat, bro. Oh. We shouldn't have let it get to this. And eating cheese. Don't forget the cheese. Yeah, you guys are known for those little wheels of cheese, aren't you? Yeah, you don't. I think internationally we don't think of you Dutch folk as cheesy guys. Really, we think of you guys as. I don't really think. I mean, you've got those little waffles that you got, the little stroop waffles. That's what they are. Other than that, I can't really think about what is Dutch food really. I'll take your word for it. Cheesy, cheese and stroop waffles. I've been to your country maybe 4 or 5 times now. I can't really think of what your kind of cuisine is really. That's probably for the best. Thing is, I think if the Americans, if the fucking Americans in the chat, right, if they knew what the national dishes of some of these other European countries are, right, they would be giving them a hard time. But they know more about us and what we eat, so they give us a hard time for beans on toast and stuff like that, as if that's a national dish. You sound like those Black Templar players who just spam us Tau players with Dreadnought older than your civilization. Yeah, alright, mate. There's a guy from Holland who comes to my shop every once in a while and gives me cheese. Oh, don't ask where that cheese comes from, brother. Okay, hold on. Let me just pause. Runaway 5. Let me get my lips around this. Frikandellen and bitterballen. Don't be talking to me about your bitter balls. This is a family friendly stream, dude. I'm trying to get signed by Disney Channel, and you're talking here about your bitter balls, bro. Well, yeah, of course haggis is better than beans on toast. That's like comparing a bloody a fish and a monkey on their ability to climb a tree. That's not all we have, you know, lad. Haggis is great. The way I like to do haggis, I like to split it down and get it into a pan and fry it, right? So I like to start getting it crispy. Bit of butter, bit of rosemary, bit of thyme. Get that so you've got little lovely crispy bits, right? And then I like to put it onto a bagel, a toasted bagel. If you get some like a real nice red onion chutney, or like a red onion jam kind of thing, and spread that on, and then get your haggis on there, that crispy haggis, lay it down, and then you get some parmesan cheese, and you lay that on top. That is one of the tastiest things. I also do a really good haggis pie as well. What you guys don't know about me, yeah? Right, let me fucking bring you in, right? I'm the fucking greatest chef who's ever fucking lived, cunt. That's what I'll tell you. I'm the greatest chef who's ever lived. Gordon Ramsay asks me for instructions, right? Today I had a fucking spam sandwich. Corned beef, actually. So what we got? Our breakfast is coffee. Our lunch is some bread and cheese. Bread and cheese, and my dinner and our dinner. Hold on, let me try that again. Our breakfast is coffee. Our lunch, some bread and cheese, and my dinner and our dinner, potatoes. Hayden, you can't be giving me aneurysms and on stream, bro. Also, that Dutch wasn't all bad. I'm not going to do a Dutch accent. I'm not going to do that to you. Take a pie, take the top. Okay. Daniel Chalmers is spitting some game. Take a pie, take the top off, put thin slices of potato on it, and put haggis on top of that. Heaven. Yeah, I love a haggis pie. No one does haggis pies. They're really good. Especially if there's like some other element of meat in there, like a beef, and then you layer some haggis in. They're like peppery, like... It's great. It's great. People need to like get to know haggis, man. It's got some excellent uses, and it's got a place in pies. You don't often see it in a pie. That's what I will say. No, I love Scotland. Scotland's great, man. I mean, I'm about 15 minutes away from Scotland, so. Lots of influence from Scotland and Northumberland. Okay. Oh, I've just popped that back up. Let's get that off. Okay. It's time to get down to business, boys. There's been a lot of procrastinating. There's been a lot of procrastinating. Oh, look, we're pretty much done. Oh, it's still a little bit tacky. Greg's in Scotland, Daniel says. Greg's in Scotland stopped doing haggis pies and Scotch pies. What? Now, I'm afraid to say an Englishman's behind this. I'm not one of those people who subscribes to Britain being this big portrayer of atrocities and being the most evil guys in the world. I think that's a load of bullshit. However, this is undefendable. This may be the worst English atrocity in history. Irish potato famine. Oh, that was child's play. That was a mere debacle. All right. Opium wars. Pack your bags. we're talking. That's fisticuffs. Getting rid of haggis pies and Scotch pies in Scotland. That's genocide. Hayden knows the crack. Hayden's back on my side. Hayden's back in my good books. Me and you, Hayden, we're going to go far, mate. England cannot be the worst nation while France still exists. People need to get to know about the French and the Portuguese Empire. That's one that slips under people's radar if you know your history, man. Portuguese Empire. They were up to some craziness. Some serious doohickery back in the days, boys. I'm telling you. Well, everybody else was like, look, back in the... I'm not going to get too much into this, but I'm going to maximize myself. I'm going to get too much into this, but back in the days, lads, right? You had, like, the transatlantic slave trade and all that stuff. And Britain were the first ones to go, guys, we need to fucking stop doing this, guys. We're gonna shell out loads of money and we're going to send ships around to stop slave trade. And that was great. And the French were like, it's pretty good, though. And eventually, the French go, okay, it seems like everybody else is go, okay, right, we'll succumb, we'll not do it anymore. The Portuguese were like, nah. We're going harder. The Portuguese are crazy, dude. See what the Portuguese did in Asia. Really good show to watch. It's called Shogun, and that shows you just how cheeky the Portuguese were with their what do you call it? Their empire building. Very, very, very cheeky boys indeed. Very cheeky boys indeed. But no, I agree. But you know what it is, man? France, beautiful country, just kind of wankers, knobhead people. Great country. I like their culture as well to a large extent. I like especially just like a way around that they approach like stuff like the immediate like intra household family life with their cuisine and the way they like to all sit down as families and extended families, and I like certain aspects that they go on with over there, but they're just complete and utter irreverence for everyone else who doesn't speak French is kind of ridiculous. It's like, dude, like, speak English, bro. And I know this sounds crazy coming from a guy who's English who can't speak any other languages other than his own, but in my own defense, why the bloody hell would I? At that point, it's almost a vanity thing to be able to say, actually, I can actually speak high Japanese. It's like, why, dude? There is no real necessity to do it. It's just more of like a kind gesture to learn some random language. I mean, heaven forbid these people who have got... yes, exactly. France is fine. It's just the French that suck. Yeah, it's the truth. And look, man, I'm not coming from internet bias. I'm coming from first-hand experience. I used to have a French guy who was a year older than me come to stay at my house every summer when I was in school, and he was a fucking knobhead, right? It was so annoying, it was unbelievable. If I could have gotten away with smothering him in his sleep, I probably would have given it a good go. It was just the most annoying, belligerent motherfucker I've ever been forced to hang out with for weeks at a time. So I've got something in there against the French. I used to tease him though, because he'd say some shit to me all, and I'd say, and then I'd just do the classic you guys surrendered in World War II jokes, and that would usually do the job. Classic one to fall back on, I must say. Ooh. Let's have a little look-see doodle. So, these new... Yeah, I just want to look, just before we get any deeper into this, I just want to have a little talk about the new competition stuff. So, in case you haven't trolled through the big message yet, which I don't particularly blame you for. Hayden says the best thing the French ever invented was the white flag. Yeah. Though you know what, I will give the French some credit that, like, in World War One they fought very hard. I mean, as hard as somebody would fight when their homeland is literally being invaded, which they didn't do the second time, but there's there's fairly, I mean, if you actually know history, there's fairly solid reasons, as though non-excusable, fairly solid reasons that make sense as to why they didn't do, they didn't really put up that resistance. Albeit they should have done, because France got fought all over anyway, so they should have done. But I mean, if you're talking Napoleonic era and stuff, man, the French were like kind of a little bit cool. They were like, yeah, they were kind of the boys, really, more or less. But what was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, so these categories that we got, guys. This hobby competition that's running every month, right? I encourage everybody to have a go. Obviously, it's open to everyone in the Discord, and this one's kind of just for fun. It's kind of for bragging rights. So at the end of the month on stream, as we're doing now, I'll have a little section where I talk about who has won each category, and we'll just go through it. We shall highlight the entries, and we'll all vote on them together to see who wins, and whoever wins gets the bragging rights of the month. It's kind of just supposed to be something that's going to give you guys a cool goal to work towards for the month. I mean, pretty much everything I'm trying to do at the minute is centered around us all doing the hobby together and actually getting stuff done, and giving us like vectors and methods for getting stuff done consistently. Who judges the categories? Everybody, dude. Whoever's in on the stream, there'll be a poll put up on the stream, as you would see it right now. It'll be put up for like a minute. Everybody would vote, and then it's just the court of public opinion. If it's tied, I'll put my voice in and have the last say. It's not myself judging it. It's all community led. So absolutely everybody is welcome to do this. So obviously best painted. That's very self-explanatory. Paint one model as best good as you can, and we'll see who wins. Best kit bash, again, very self-explanatory. The ones that are a little bit less self-explanatory are best progress. So this is for those of you who are not particularly trying to work on one miniature up to a crazy standard. This is for those of us who've got a big army project going on, say for those of us who are trying to get through like 80 guardsmen, or who has made the most progress in one particular army or any particular project throughout that month. Just lay out what you've done, take a picture of it, and we'll vote on who we think has got the most done overall. So you could win this by just having a pure mass amount of infantry done, but also you could also judge it based on how long you think how much has gone into the paint job as well. Is also a factor. So that's there for everybody who's trying to really get through their backlog. So hopefully there's something here for everybody to have a chance of winning each month. And then best progress, that's what we just talked about. Most improved is for those of us who are relatively new and who are just trying to improve, and we'll see what you came up with last month. And compare it to the month after, and whoever we think has made the most leaps and bounds since, push their technique to the next level, they will win that category. And that's for anyone of all skill levels to hop in. And then we've got People's Choice. Now this one's a bit funny, right? This one, anybody can win this for more or less anything they want to submit. I mean, you could, like, for instance, change up your hobby area, organize all your stuff into like a real cool way, and then get something related to the hobby done that isn't particularly in any one of these other categories. For instance, you could put like a diorama in, or you could all these things that are surrounding the hobby, or you made a sick gaming table, this kind of thing, right? Something that doesn't fall into the other categories. We'll chuck all these together, and we'll judge them just the same as the rest. So whatever you guys are getting on with in the hobby, there's a way to set yourself a little goal for the end of the month. Now, if you want to be a channel member, which would be awesome, which isn't live yet, it's probably going to be live for the next week or two, you can earn points for every single one of these competition categories every month, and you'll be entered into the championship. So you get points like a league, pretty much like the Premier League, really. So you get 3 points for a win, 2 points for 3 points for a win. You get 3 points for first place, 2 points for second, and 1 point for third. and then we'll keep an active leaderboard that gets updated at the end of every single month, and you'll see where your placings are. And at the end of a 6-month period, so you've got 6 months of this running, we'll announce a champion, and that champion will get some kind of sick prize for that season. I'll send out a cool little medal. I think it'll be great fun. I think most of the membership funds are going to go into buying a cool prize. So let's have it. Sleety says, so as an example, I have only completed 1 mini so far. My first minis I have not finished fully, mainly because I'm not happy with too much null oil. For example, I have only something more. Well, I tell you what, you should put that in, mate. Since you're so new, for this month anyway, we're not having a we're not running most improved for the first month, because obviously we need to set people's benchmarks really. So what we're going to do is the most improved for the first month is purely just it's just like a more beginners section for best painted. So if you just we know who in the server is newer to everything. Hayden's newer, Just Rest is a bit newer. Obviously you yourself just started in April, so just do your best and enter it into that, or you could not enter it into that and enter it into the People's Choice and say, this is my first ever mini I've completed, and you might win that one. If unsure, whack it into People's Choice. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say on that. But yeah, Runaway 5 is sorting out a ticket system. I still don't know what he's talking about entirely, but it's going to work and it's going to be great. Hayden says, Blood God on his way to sweet best painted every month since he literally paints for competitions. Oh, does he? What a cheeky bastard. Don't worry, mate, because you wouldn't even technically need to actually compete against him, technically, because you could enter into different categories and win those and earn points that way if that's the way you wanted to do it. But if you were to just stay as a non-member and just compete in the normal side for bragging rights, then yeah, you'd have a steep hill to climb to beat Blood God in best painted. So yeah, that non-metallic metal, man, he don't play with that, does he? Good. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not competing in it. As we grow, I think we'll introduce some more categories. Yeah, we'll introduce some more categories. I think 5 is enough for now with just the amount of guys we've got in here. I've kind of put some little bits out on the Facebook page, but I don't really want to like put a shining beacon as, oh, we do competitions over here, because I feel like a lot of people will join just for that. And I prefer that people view it as a way to set goals for themselves in their hobby, even if it's just for a bit of fun, even if you don't want to be a member and play for points and prizes at the end of the season. Just set it as a goal for yourself. Okay, still a bit tacky. I think I may have to make some kind of... I don't mind if people paint for competitions, that's fine. Obviously, you can't be a professional painter and join. That's for damn sure. If you're a professional painter, you can't join. But if you... I mean, yeah, that would be quite unreasonable for me to say somebody can't paint if they paint for competitions. I mean, that's absolutely fine. Right, boys. What is going on Relic's desk? Absolutely nothing. Oh, Tristan Murty, hello. Yo, your voice would be perfect for lore in a Warhammer book. Oh, thank you very much, Tristan. That's very nice of you to say that. Yeah. Oh, you've tickled me right in the heart, mate, because I've always wanted to be a voice actor. Actually, mate, if you have a mind to go check it out, I actually have wrote a written a lore story, which is completely written by me. It's all soundscaped, and so yeah, it's on the channel. It's called Guardsman Memoirs. So if you have a mind to listen to some cool atmospheric lore, I would, yeah, please do go check that out, because it drastically underperformed and I wanted to start a series out of it. But Hayden says, Lone Spear done. Threw him in hobby picks if you want to see. Yeah, I'll check it out, dude. Tristan Murphy, if you're not in the Discord, do get in the Discord, man. And show the boys what you're working on. If you're working on anything at all, that is. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Has it only got one arm? Is that part of the model? Is it one-armed guy? That's cool. Oh, you got the spear. Oh, I imagine the spears. There's got to be a spear in there somewhere, right? Just separate. Tristan Murphy says, I will. That's so cool. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I wanted to make more. I put quite a fair bit of effort into that, and it just didn't. YouTube just sometimes doesn't pick things up. So yeah, but no, I appreciate that very much. I'll watch it with my phone, so I am making an enjoy. Hell yeah, dude! Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Tristan. That's very kind of you. I'll watch it. It's with my phone. I'm making with my phone. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's giving me aneurysms. Then join the Discord. Hell yeah, dude. That's excellent, mate. Thank you. Let me just tell you real quick, brother. This whole stream is about us all doing the hobby together. The very first day I started this, is like, I want to live stream and create a little room on the internet that feels like just sitting at a table in a Games Workshop back in the day and just painting your minis and listening to people talk, and also chucking things in and being part of the conversation. And I try to be as attached to the chat as I possibly can. I actually don't end up getting a great deal of stuff done on these live streams. And also, part of the guys who join the Discord is once a month we get people in the Discord into a chat, and we all talk together about various pre-prepared topics and stuff. So yeah, we'd love to have you on the Discord, mate. The more the merrier. General slim thick one. Slim thick one. That's brilliant. Join the Discord. Tristan says, join the Discord. I will send the minis I have when I finish my pizza balls. My G. Thanks, dude. I love your names. Fucking, it's named Slim Thick. Slim Thick one. That's so funny, dude. Oh my god. If you want something to burn your eyes out, right? Just type into Google Timmy Thick. I am not putting it up on the screen, but you guys are gonna have to go look at that yourselves. Timmy Thick was like, oh my god. Don't know where he came from. If the days, any of you guys remember a YouTuber called Leafy is Here? Talking about dudes with weirdly feminine physiques. Believe it or not, that's something we've already been talking about. Timmy Thick. What is going on? What kind of physiological mutant is this dude? Dude was like I'm slim and thick in the right places. Oh goodness. You should get to know Hayden. Hayden will like you. Oh yeah, I remember him. Oh, I hope that's Leafy is Here and not you recognize who Timmy Thick is. I remember him and Pyro. Dude, that was such a good like era of YouTube. Such a good era of YouTube, dude. Oh, we've got people. Sleety. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Sleety says, Sleety's just put in the Discord one of his Ultramarines. First, second minis and the Dreadnought was the first one I fully finished. Awesome, dude. There'd be great benchmarks to see where you've come to. Much better than my first minis. Much better. But plenty room for improvement, which is just where you want to be, mate. See, you put frosting on there. Very nice. And People's Choice. Who we got in here? Sleety First Competing Mini. Excellent, mate. Oh, I love the chipping. Dude, you've done a really good job of that. Really good job. I think for your next one, just play with shadows a bit more. No, yeah, you did really well with that Redemptor. Sorry, I'm aware I'm talking of stuff that you guys can't see on stream. yeah. Yeah, Hayden, yeah, I get it, yeah, he did. Hayden said, unfortunately, Leafy failed the YouTuber don't be a terrible human being challenge. Impossible. Oh, I'll try my best myself. Sleety says, add them to the improved and the first fully completed people's choice. Yeah, they're great, mate. That's perfect. Just where they need to be. I look forward. The first, in terms of giving you a idea of when you need to get everything done for, you're looking at everything needs to be done before the 29th of this month. That's when we'll have the stream where I'll showcase everything and we'll vote and see who's winning the first month. Yeah. Okie dokie, I'm gonna have to plug the PC in. Goodness. What happened with Leafy? Oh, I think he was just like started just all this content was just like bullying kids. I seem to remember. That's what I seem to remember. I might be wrong about that. I can't really remember. It was so long ago. I started on a dread, but I'm going to switch to something else. Yeah. What are you going in, Runaway 5? Which one are you in? Are you in Best Painted? Yes, you are. Yeah, I mean, part of the rules are to only join one category, but that's only if you're in the championship. So as long as you're not in that, you can kind of just do what you want, really, guys. So just to fill you guys in a little bit more, a lot of stuff actually. Oh, Hayden says a lot of stuff actually, but he did say the word on Twitter. What's the word? There's so many words now that you're not allowed to say. I say all of them. That word. Osars. When I hover over it, it changes. I can't see what you said. Are we talking the N? The big old N? Heaven forbid. Clean. I wish I had some more Ultramarines to get on with, boys. I'm in a bit of a hobby dilemma. The N. Well, Hayden, look, man. I've got the pass. Don't ask me to use it. You know, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, I've got the pass in the back pocket, but I'm not gonna break out the pass. You know, I'm undercover. You know what I'm saying? Well, like I always say, when in doubt, paint a towel. Well, I don't have any of those. I have painted a Tau Fire Warrior before. I painted one of my friends up. Yeah, what am I gonna do, boys? I've never been so at a loss of what to do on stream. Paint Armageddon Orcs. You guys assume I have everything, don't you? I know I'm a guy who makes Warhammer YouTube, but I don't have all the Warhammers. I can't believe I've become one of those guys. I've become a Warhammer YouTuber, guys. What's going on? I am one of those guys. To be fair, when I was younger, I used to idolise Dave from Mini Wargaming, who I've spoken to, actually. It's never too late to start a Tau army. So I won't lie to you, I have thought about it in the past. Honestly, the biggest travesty in Tau is what they did to the broadside battle suits. They used to be so much cooler, dude. They used to be so sick. I have 3 of 40k Warhammers. I have collected, over the course of my, can I call it a career? Hobby life cycle. I have collected every single faction except from Votan, because that's kind of new, and Pooh, I don't like him, and Tau, and Necrons, and Gene Stealer cults. Everything else, got them. I don't know the new. Well, the old ones, man, they used to have the big cannons on the back, and they used to have this thing where they'd stamp into the ground, and then, oh man, honestly, the way they used to be on Soulstorm, on Dawn of War Soulstorm, is like, they were peak broadside battle suits. Hate me back. I've never lost a game against Tau. I think I am about 30-0 against Tau. That's just something I always manage to be able to rinse them to death. Particularly, I've played most of my games against them with Grey Knights and Adeptus Mechanicus. Adeptus Mechanicus, is that how you say it? Yeah. And it's always been a bit of a whitewash. The old ones were cool, but the new ones have the giant railgun. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's got. I mean, they hold it with the 2 hands, don't they? I don't know. It's just not as cinematic as the old ones were. They were like dramatically posed with the big rail guns on each shoulder. There was just something about them. What's going on, man? We could do something around. There's Marnius. Everything I know, Sleety says, everything I know about the Tau makes me think, oh god, makes me think of the parish council from Half Past. The greater good. What a bloody good film that is. Marnius doesn't particularly match the new blue of my guys. It's close enough, I think. What do you reckon? I think it's close enough to not have to repaint Marnius. I don't know. Runaway Fire says, I've attached shoulder cannons to my Riptide and rail guns on my Cold Star battlesuit. The greater good. Most of the places I've lived are like that, to be honest, mate. The little local councils, bro, they don't play. They do not play. Okay. I'm going to have to pop downstairs real briefly, boys. Do me a favour, read the Be Right Back screen. I'll see you in a second. Wow. Never in history has a man gone, left the Be Right Back screen on, and come back to 2 more viewers than when he left. Incredible. What a result. I should fuck off again. I picked up another Beaverton Heavy Gravity 6.5%. We're going deep tonight, boys. We're going deep tonight. Mandy, sorry, what's everybody saying in chat? You guys are having a big old talk. My goodness. Okay, we've got... Hayden says, the only tower remodel I'm not a fan of is the stealth suits. I much prefer the old ones. But yeah, after seeing the picture you posted, mate, I actually agree with you there. They do look cool, so sleety. Daniel says, how do you all feel about Games Workshop changing the las gun from a red-orange flash laser beam to a laser bullet? It just looks like taser ammo. Hayden says, I have no opinion. I'm a Tau player. We don't get any new lore. Daniel says that's a good thing at this point, which he's damn right about. We haven't had media relevancy since Fire Warrior, says Hayden. Yeah. Which is pretty good out of all the games. That was a pretty good one, I think. And Man the Emperor moves, and we don't even get a single shot in that trailer. Yeah, do you know what it is, Hayden? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant about the town now, and a positive rant. Is that so Total War can code it? The Tau are viciously, under-marketed and underutilized by Games Workshop. Viciously. They could very much so easily turn the Tau into the number 2 coolest faction for a new player. Space Marines is almost always going to win out in that battle to capture the mind of a new player. But the Tau could easily be number 2 if Games Workshop just treat them with a reverence. I'm not going to say that necessarily they deserve, but that they could do. And 100%. I mean, you've got things like Gundam, there's the anime edge to them, there's also just the cool big mech battlesuit edge to them. It's a real surprise that they aren't even more popular than they already are. I think they're very vastly underutilized. Yes, so Sleety says, bet they sell well in Japan. Bet they do, yes. Hayden says, oh yeah, they were made to capture the mecha audience. But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of like, they've done that very cheaply. Oh, we'll make that the mecha, like Gundam, they'll like this one. But they could have gone further with it. There's way more intrigue to the Tau than just that. I mean, it's a big meme, we all rag on the Tau. But they could very much so be way more interesting, and they could push them, man. And if they actually just gave them a little bit more of a push, the Tau could be one of the most popular armies, top 3. Bustle Mark, what's up, dude? Nice to see you around, man. Morning, good morning, dude. How are we doing? Speaking of Gundam, says Hayden, where is my sword and shield battlesuits? That's a gold mine. 100%, dude. All they need to do is introduce a proper close combat battlesuit. I know Farsight's got a little bit with his sword, always like this, but 100%, dude. I mean, my friend James, who I play with in real life, he is a Tau player, and he has always said the same. He wants some proper close combat battlesuits, and that's missing, dude. And I mean, God, it wouldn't even take that much effort. Just put some swords in the sprues. Like, they're completely underpushed and completely underutilized by Games Workshop, and they could be so much better and so much cooler with just a little bit more attention. Not bad, but it took me ages to get out of bed. Where are you, mate? Whereabouts in the world are you? You must be over Australia, New Zealand, and if you're just getting up around now, it must be about 9 or 10 a.m. where you are, if that's the case. Oh, we've got another fella in the chat. We've got Millie Cadu. Nice to see you, bro. Never seen your name up in the chat. Most of the boys in here are regulars together, and you are saying if orcs have like a bunch of shooting units, then Tau can have melee units. Hell yeah, exactly, dude. It's not a hard thing to introduce. There are like 4 individual Space Marine chapters with more named characters than the entirety of the Tau Empire. And Bottlemark says, and more alien races, such a good opportunity to add more into the game. Yeah, no, Tau overall, man, they could be so much better. And it's all really Games Workshop's fault, to be honest. Oh, it's Blood God. Oh, what's up, dude? New Zealand. Ontario, Canada. From Tristan Murphy. Hell yeah, dude. I know loads of Canadian people. I used to be a tree planter, a gigantic forest in my neck of the woods, and I work with pretty much only Canadian people, and they're all absolutely nuts. Blood God, yeah, Bottlemark. I keep forgetting that that's your thingamajig. That's your handle on here. Now, so we've got some guys from New Zealand, we've got some guys from Netherlands, we've got some guys from Canada. Do you guys over in your neck of the woods have these? These right here. This is where it's at, boys. Maltesers. Gonna have a few of these bitches. Maple people. Hello, guy from Denmark, just passing by. Good morrow with your journey. And Lavish Fuzz, what's up, dude? What's going on, boys? Nice to see so many new faces in the chat tonight. This is very nice. We're just chilling, painting some Warhammer, eating some Maltesers, drinking some irresponsibly strong beer, having a good old time. Oh, dude, they're so good. I've just run out of maple syrup. Dude, it's like £8 for a little bottle in the shop over here. And I like to have it on my pancakes, right? Dude, it's £8 a bottle. And I've just run out, and it's like, I don't know if I can do it again. I'm complaining about Tau. Bottlemark says, I'm currently getting pancakes made for breakfast. Got myself some maple syrup ready, so shout to the maple people. Maple syrup's so good, dude. I bet it's like 99 cents in Canada. Here, it's disgustingly expensive. Oh, you wanted maple syrup on your pancakes, my friend? You better remortgage the gaff. They are, dude. They're really yummy. And they are actually good with beer. There's something about them. So, for some of us, it's morning. For some of us, it's 10 PM at night. For some of us, I think for Mr. Lassiter, it should be about 5 o'clock. Something like that. Look at that. Look at that great golden nectar going in the glass, boys. Tonight will be the drunkest Relics has ever been on stream. I thought with all that's happened recently, guys, if you're just new, if you're just dropping in, we went from 450 subscribers 2 weeks ago. We're now nearly 800. That's an unbelievable jump. It's crazy. Oh yeah, you're not on the New York time. You're on the yeah, that makes sense. So we've had a crazy influx of people. The Discord has over doubled. If you guys are into Warhammer and you like to have a place for people to chat and talk shit, jump on the Discord. It's in the description. And pile it in the Discord, and we basically act like it's old school Games Workshop where we're all sitting here talking shit, getting on with stuff. It's great, man. Hell yeah, dude, Tristan, let's go, baby. I can't drink with you, but I can smoke up for you. Let's go, boy. Yes, dude. No, you know, not anymore, man, but a few years ago. Close your ears, Runaway 5. I still like to make it to Amsterdam once a year. You know what I'm saying? Can't paintbrush, airbrush till night time. Hot as balls in the house right now. Yeah, dude. Everywhere's bloody hot right now. I know it's summer, so that's kind of a dumb thing to say, but even in the UK, like, we're complaining about it being too hot to paint over here, so don't know where the bloody hell you are, but if it's hot at night time. Oh wait, no, you will be in a different time zone. That was dumb. Okay, here in Scotland, Daniel says, it's the opposite. We export everything. You can't buy Scottish salmon here. I first tried Scottish salmon in Rome. Dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. We need to start fucking taking back British fishing waters. It's getting stupid now. People like trawlers coming from China to come and troll through the North Sea. It's like, what are we doing? Sleety says, book into a restaurant for tomorrow morning for brunch with my nephew. Because I can't be asked to cook pancakes in the morning. Uh, 23:16 at night. Oh yeah, so you're an hour ahead then. Night in Denmark, gin and tonic. So no hackle from here. Fun. Awesome, dude. Denmark. Wow, what a range of people we've got in here. We've got guys from Texas. We've got guys from the UK. We've got guys from Australia. We've got guys from New Zealand. We've got guys from Denmark, the Netherlands, if I haven't already said that. Wow, what a little mixture we've got in here. All thanks to the spread of the English language, eh, boys? Man, my house feels great. See, we here in Texas learned the use of AC a long time ago. It was in the Declaration of whatever it is that the founding fathers were like, now every man in the United States will have an air conditioning unit in his abode. Alongside his musket and his grape shot loaded cannon, he shall have an air conditioning unit. I remember that speech. That was Abraham Lincoln, wasn't it? Yeah. So, if you guys are kind of new here, I do try my best. Let me put some stuff in so you can see the kind of things that I'm getting on with. I do try my best to hobby on this stream, but I sometimes end up just kind of talking to you guys most of the time, and I get very little stuff going on. Lord, that is a solid impression. God bless George America. God bless George America. What does that mean? God bless George America. I've not heard that. Anyone else keeping an eye on WTC this weekend? No, mate. Not me personally. I don't do the tournament stuff. I don't even do 40k anymore, but maybe someone else. No, that's one of my things, actually, Daniel. I can do more or less every accent in the world. It's just something I can do. If anybody can think of an accent that I might not be able to do, chuck it in, and I'll give it a go. I can do most accents. I'll give it a go. I'm like a little clown for you guys. Okay, is that? Oh, we've done it, lads. The Hive Tyrant, his base is dry. One of my favourites is talking in a South African accent. Everything's caught like this and you talk like that, and it's all pretty crazy, eh? I live in the bush and things are pretty crazy, eh? The lions, they chase you. Here we tend to open the windows at night when it's cool. Then we shut them during the day. Use things above your shoulders. Use the thing above your shoulders. Yeah, it's something. It's very weird. I just think it comes from watching, just watching loads of YouTube. Can you do West Country? West Country, is that like Cornwall? Oh my dear, I come from West Country, so I do, yeah. Chortling down on my tractor, so I was, and then before I knew it, I sort of. Lol Relics risking his new subs by going on a run of accents. Yeah. West Country, so eh? Yeah, more or less I can do it, yeah. Risking his new. Your brain, mate. Yeah, that's what Hayden, man. This is the crazy thing. Like, I can get in my car, drive half an hour, and the accent is completely different. Pirate voice would also work for it. Would, yeah, Sleety, yeah.
Or so I said. Now, boys, get below deck, and I tell you there'll be no knob sucking. There'll be no knob sucking unless it's up in the captain's quarters.
But Captain. But Captain. He said,
Now, Eden, I did say there was no knob sucking down below deck, but in the captain's quarters, anything goes.
Cats outside my window going crazy. I'm on the second floor of my house, and the cat's about to come in through the window. Let me just do a little showcase of Relix's cat called Merlin. Come on, then, little crazy bastard. Come on. Oh, you want to? Oh. Okay, never mind. Come here. Come on. This is Merlin. He's nuts. He's nuts. He's fucking crazy. Let me go on. Yeah, Hayden, you say that, mate, but when we come to America, we clean house, bro. All the American girls, they go, "Oh my god, I love your accent. It's so nice." Daniel says, "I think fantasy dwarfs they suit the West Country accent better than Irish or Scottish." Yeah, they go straight for Scottish when it's dwarfs, don't they, or Irish. There's no in between. They never do like a Geordie accent. Like you can't imagine a dwarf stood there with a Geordie accent like, "Yeah, come on, you little doily, I'll punch your head in with me fucking big hammer. Come here, I'll fucking set about you." It's always, "Hey, my dwarf, me lad, come here." That's a very Glaswegian. What we got? The thing usually sits above is your head. Some people have some trouble using it right, especially if you have been taught that Europe is Middle Age. The thing usually sits up. So, I'm sorry, mate. I don't know if it's me. I might be being a bit stupid. Use that thing above your shoulders, your head. Get you. Okay. Yeah, your head. Some people have some trouble using it right, especially if you've been taught that Europe is Middle Age. Europe is Middle Age, I guess. Okay, we can finally get some paint on here now. I'm in a bit of a conundrum. You can see I've tried to do this gradient thing, and I've oversprayed on the arms, and I kind of just need to either accept it. I think I might just accept it for now. I refer to the brain. Yeah, I got it, mate. Don't worry. I haven't got time to do it, and I want it ready for tomorrow, so I'm going to paint the base. So, what did I use for the last one? It says Agrax, and there's Coelia Green Shade. Tyrant Blue, nope. Right then, off. Oh, that's Coelia green shade. It's a Thonian camo shade I need though. Oh, thanks, man, Tristan. It's supposed to be a xenomorph. So fix it now if you leave it and go and shut up, blood god. Cause you're right. You're right, but I need it ready for tomorrow. I need it ready for tomorrow morning. You're right though, you're right, you bastard. Ah. He says fix it now. If you leave it and it goes on the shelf, it will never get done. Yeah, no, you're right, mate. You're right. I know this in my heart of hearts. I know this. I know this. You're right, mate. You're right. You're right. You're right. You bastard. He's right. Thanks, man. It's so the OGs in the chat are probably gonna be annoyed about me talking about this so many times, but my most viewed video on YouTube is a Xenomorphs Tyranid speed painting guide. It's got like nearly 40,000 views or something. I think it's one of the most viewed on YouTube. It's like the second most behind Duncan Rhodes, where I go over this scheme and how I do it. I feel that it's the most accurate to what the Xenomorph actually is and looks like. So many people do it black, then put grey highlights on, or yeah, but it's not actually black. The Xenomorph isn't really black. He is black underneath here, where you can see like the shadows are. But then as he steps into the light, he's got a bluey tinge, and that's what I like to do on my Xenomorph. It's all done with progressive dry brushing. You can airbrush it or dry brush it. It's super simple, super low skill, and then it's got a layer of technical, the art coat on, which gives it that glisten which the Xenomorph has, and there's like a little dry brush of lead belcher on the flesh, which gives it that metallic sheen. And I think personally it's the most accurate to the tones of the Xenomorph that you can find on the internet. Really, everybody else kind of doesn't really quite get it. Leo says, wow, I made a winged tyrant as an alien, off with the spikes, black, grey and rusty white colours. Off with the spikes, black, grey and rusty white colours. Oh, this one's done as well. So I'm about to upload it. Actually, I filmed the process of me doing this one, so that one's going to be uploaded. But the last one that I uploaded, I used this miniature, one of these miniatures, as the guide on how to do it. Okay, Bottlemark says, Mr. Blood God, we were talking about you, by the way, earlier on, Blood God, before you arrived. We were talking about how you're probably going to sweep Best Painted every single month. So if I was you, I'd become a channel member and play for points on the leaderboard and get a prize at the end of it for your trouble. But anyway, he says, I'll give you an out. If you need it for a game tomorrow, do the base and then put it back on the tray afterwards. You're right, man. Because he's on my tray anyway. I'm working on him. And he's not leaving the tray until he's done. But I just need him to stand in for a game tomorrow, so I have enough guys. I think we've come to a nice agreement. Oh, that's what I'm going to tell myself. Tristan says deep blue or light grey. It's what I thought watching the movies. Yeah, it's like they're so deep blue that they look black. When they're in the shadows, obviously they look black because they're surrounded by darkness, and most of the film they are just in the darkness. He says, lol, where do I sign up? There isn't one yet, matey. In the next week or two, the membership section will become live. I've flown. This is what happened, right? About a few days ago, I became eligible to be a YouTube partner, and then a couple of days after that, I flew past the next amount of watch hours. All I need to do is hit 1,000 watch hours and I'll be fully monetized, like completely fully monetized in every way. But what they're allowing me to do is open up a membership side, but I'm just waiting for tomorrow. I'll be able to apply, and then it'll take like a week. And then we'll have a membership site, and I'm going to be doing... I'll be thinking of all sorts of cool shit to slap in for just the members only anyway. For the price of like a cup of coffee a month, I want it to feel like it's like a no-brainer. Do you know what I mean? I mean, most of this is like right. I've loved doing this. Right, I really like doing this. I really like talking to everybody. I really thoroughly enjoy doing this. But there's only so much time I can warrantably do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is every Saturday night. My family are downstairs. My young son's downstairs. So being able to tell my fiance that, look, well, I'm monetized now, and I have a members section, and people pay a small amount of money, and we do all this stuff together. It makes it warrantable. Do you know what I mean? And she was like, oh, really? Like, you can make money doing it? I was like, yeah, believe it or not, like, I'm monetized now and stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of most of the coolness about that. It's like 3 cups of New Zealand coffee. It's like 3 cups. How much is a coffee in New Zealand, bro? How much is a coffee in New Zealand? Over here, a cup of coffee is about £3. It will take £3.50, something like that. I'm not sure what that is in New Zealand. Hobby guilt is a real thing, brother. 100% it is. I feel like I've like done so much on my Terminators. I'm like, oh, this is great. Yeah, dude, that's a really good idea. Actually, it is worth talking about. It is that you might have given me a really good idea for a video. Actually, that's a really good idea, dude. I am going to make a video on that in the near future. In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to make a video about that because I'm experiencing it right now. I'm experiencing that right now. Obviously, it makes it easier now that I've told her, and my wider family, like my mother and father, know I kind of do this a little bit. But I make a small amount of money out of this, enough to make it like, oh god. About $9.50. Oh my goodness, dude. $9.50 for a coffee. And Hayden says, my only hobby guilt is not trying certain techniques or patterns. I leave no projects undone. Yeah, bro. Yeah, when you've got a 9-month-old son downstairs, it's like... Bottom Mark says, also, is Patreon an alternative for you? Yeah, yes, it is. It is. I think I should probably look into it. Yeah, I should look into it. I like the idea of having an extra stream every week that's just for members, which is a bit more intimate, where we can kind of just, you know, it's very inside jokes and things like that. I don't know how that works when you come to Patreon. Personally, I don't know. I know Patreon, YouTube takes 30% of everything your members pay, which is quite a chunk. It's a real big chunk, actually. And then you got to pay taxes on top of that. With Patreon, it's only 8%, which is it's a vast difference. So yeah, I'll probably look into it. I just thought about YouTube thingy, but do make ends meet, but also around my family. Leo says, do make ends meet, but also remember the family. My late father was as much a friend to me, building models while hanging on his shoulder. Nice time. Yeah, I mean, I'm very fortunate whether I have a job. And I don't really want to get into what it is that I do, but I can make my month's worth of money inside of a week, and then kind of chill for the rest of the time. It's most cool for if you do join up and be members. I mean, when I say a prize, by the way, at the end of these seasons, if you join the competitions and you climb up in the leaderboards and you become the champion, I don't mean a prize as in like I'll send you some bloody paintbrushes or something. I'm talking about like a big army box of Warhammer, like yeah, it's gonna be sick. And I like the idea of people collecting little medals over the course of seasons and years of like 1-time, 2-time, 3-time, 4-time champion, and just hang it up in your hobby area, and it'll be super sick. And if we ever do, which we will be doing for members, the meetups. If you are in the UK, we're going to be doing every single Christmas. We are meeting at Warhammer World, and if you are the champ of that season, you will be getting your drinks paid for you at Bubblegum and Spa for the day. So if there ever was an incentive, boys, I'm sorry for you blokes who live on the other side of the world. But hey, look, for those of you guys who live in the Netherlands, it's not that great a deal, and everybody's got to make it to the Warhammer Mecca at least once. Yeah, but Leo, I wish I had a dad who was into stuff like this. My dad's not into anything like this. In fact, my dad needs a bloody hobby, but yeah, he doesn't. He's not that kind of guy, unfortunately. His hobbies are drinking. Oh, Daniel, he said if you need medals engraved, I can do that. Oh, hell yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to have people to have proper little medals. So, yeah, that'd be awesome, dude, actually. Yeah, drop me a... You're Black Sabbath, aren't you? I'll remember that, mate. That's great. Also, I want to just make a note of that suggested video topic. I'm just going to note it to content requests. I'll put it in there. Hobby guilt. Yeah, that's such a great idea, dude. You're lucky that you made it to Warhammer World at least once. You're from New Zealand. Wow, man. Wow. I mean, this is another reason why 11th is tempting me a little bit. 11th is tempting me a little bit because I'd like to be able to go to Warhammer World and play some fucking Warhammer with the boys, you know? I don't know if I'd be able to get away with playing one-page rules at Warhammer World. I think someone would sniff it out, you know? Mm. You know, honestly, I'm looking at this. I think this is the most amount of concurrent viewers that we've ever had on a stream. Oh. Yeah, no, of course you can be so bold, mate. Look, man, I'm one of these people who, like, I will literally answer any question anybody asks me. I am like almost like sometimes too open with stuff. I have to reel myself back in. But it's a daughter or a son? Absolutely, it's a son. But he's only 9 months old, so he's ever so little. So no, I'm not trying to tempt him with modelling yet. He's just about, well, he's still, everything he picks up with his hands goes straight into his mouth. So it's we're a little while off that yet. No, he's great. He's called Arthur. He's a little chubby little fella with blonde hair. He's just brilliant, man. If you're on the fence about having kids, guys, they're so good, dude. They're so much fun. 10 out of 10 would do again. No, but sorry, as I was just saying, I just find it absolutely nuts how you guys want to just listen to me talk every week. It's kind of crazy. It is very fucking humbling, and it is very heartwarming. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What else can I say, really? It's very nice. So, It's time. Nope. Leo says nope. He needs his first paintbrush set right now. No more teddy bears. Yeah, I'll get him edge highlighting some Tau or some Terminators or some Tyranids. Bottlemark says finally getting my brushes out for the morning on a block of Alaris Terminators. Wow. I mean, dude, you know how to get through your stuff, dude, with your racks of Space Marines. One day, Hayden, I'm sure I will. Eventually, eventually I will. Yep, found them. Boys, I'm just gonna have to go for a wee. It's a piss. I'll be right back. And we're back. Now I'm done with that, bro. I used to work long 13, 12, 13 hour night shifts in the factory. Never again, bro. Never, ever, ever again. So, for these bases, I like blend. Not completely mix, but I blend Agrax and Thernian Camo Shade. With a little bit of watering down. I put them on different parts of the base and just make them meet each other. Okay, once I've got those ready, start stippling them on like this. I'll drop a bit of water on top. A bit more Agrax into the mix. And I'll just touch it around like that. Touch it around. Apply a little bit more. I'll drop like a bit of Agrax in somewhere. It's already watered down, but not watered down enough, and then I'll go back to the water. Touch the water on top where I put that Agrax and just work it round like that. And then sometimes we'll clean the brush off. I'll dot in a bit of green for that. I'll let them meet like that. Drop some water in at the meeting point and just feather that in. Rinse and repeat. Deposit your little bits of green. Then go get your Agrax, deposit them. Then get your water, Drop your water in. And then feather that in nicely. And you make this lovely in between. There we go. Yeah, fades from green to orange. Not orange. Agraxy, earthshade. Like a brown. Fantastic. Beautiful. Mix that in. Keep alternating. And the best thing now that I've got like that division, it's maybe not so easy to see on the camera, but I will grab some Agrax, drop that in the middle of the green, drop the green in the middle of the Agrax, and then work them back towards the other side. And this will give a real nice balanced textured look of different hues, different types of and colors of ground mixing together. And that is what I like to use for the basis of my Tyranids. That is how I do it, boys. Now, once that dries, you can immediately start putting grass tufts on it. That AK Interactive stuff, man. It's just miraculous stuff. So I say this massive tub is like £8, and it's just, yeah, you can get multiple armies out of each one. Speaking of Warhammer World, by the way, guys, look at what I found in a shoebox of mine. This is adult entry approved exhibition ticket from Warhammer World. This is definitely going to get stuck on the wall. Look at that, you've got Belisarius Call working on a Titan. Little Tech Priest Dominus down there doing his thing on the control panel. Yeah, I think it's time. It's more or less time for another Warhammer World trip. I think that the next one is going to be in around Christmas, probably early December. So we'll see who is a channel member at that point, and we'll see who can make it, because that'll be awesome. I've always wanted to go to Warhammer World with the boys. You know what I'm saying? I've been a couple times. I've been once with my brother. I've been once with my friend, and that's great and all. But I'd love to be able to take over a table or two in Bugman's Bar and get royally pissed in Bugman's Bar. It would be fantastic. I'll get myself a cheeky premiere in, have a lovely breakfast the morning after. Maybe even get some games in of something. What could you ask for a better day? I don't know if you could. Other than maybe a midnight visit from Megan Fox. Next one. Beautiful. My goodness. Right. Let's see if I missed anything on Warhammer Community. I didn't think I did. I think I might need to just get Warhammer TV just to see what they've got in there. I bet they've got some great stuff. Runaway 5. You're playing, I can see you acting, you're playing Bookshop Simulator. What the bloody hell is Bookshop Simulator? Have you seriously run out of games to play, my friend? Are you at the end of times where you've played every single game and you're playing Bookshop Simulator now? The games where you simulate having a minimum wage job never really. I don't get it. Blood God says the Tide series on Warhammer Plus are pretty good. Let me check them out. Let me see. Warhammer. Because I know it exists, but I don't like... I haven't heard people talk about the stuff that's on there, you know? Ooh, some of those subscriber-only minis, though, dude. I could, yeah. I mean, dude, I love watching a bit of The Sister of Silence was a bit chatty. Yeah, supposed to be a bit silent, aren't they? Very early. Oh, right, okay. Very early Games Workshop grim feel to it. Interesting. I might have to check that out, dude. Because, look, guys, I'm sorry, but you know that old animated Space Marine movie from like 2010? I loved it. It's comfort viewing for me. So maybe I need to... I mean, obviously, Astartes was amazing. Awesome. So, yeah, I'm sure... I'm just wondering if there's quite enough content on there for it to be worth a subscription, you know? How much is it anyway? Let's have a look. Subscribe now. How much are you charging us? What's it going to be? Start collecting Warhammer TV. Let's have a look. No, don't make me... I don't want to do an account. Tell me how much it is. Give the gift of Warhammer Plus, it might tell me. Okay, alright, $5.99 a month. Okay, well that's not a lot, is it? That's not a great deal of money. Hayden says, are you bringing up the fucking Ultramarines movie again? And then bottom also, this is all in caps from both of them. Bottom fucking Blood God says, don't talk about the Space Marine movie again. Guys, I liked it. Alright, it's not good by the standards of anything else, but it was all we had. And it was just, I would sit there and just watch it and take it for what it was. I wasn't, you know, it looked fucking horrendous. But I loved it, man. It was so cool. It was all we had, man. It's a nostalgia tied to it, really, guys. Okay, Daniel says, my wife's comfort viewing is an old USSR propaganda video for kids called Gnome Sweet Gnome. I mean, yeah, I don't know about that one. I did watch an old a Soviet World War II film called... Oh, it was like a really particularly famously harrowing one. It was called... what's it called? What part of it was worth loving? Just the fact that, man, like, the thing is, man, I was like 12 when it came out, and it was all there was. And because there was all there was, it was like, oh, they're so cool. And it was just like, yeah. It was all there was. I was a big, massive, loved Warhammer, and that was all there was to see. So it's more nostalgia than anything. I'm not going to tell you, sit here, that, oh, it was an amazing script, oh, it was amazing. And the fact it had some really awesome voice actors in it. But guys, look, I'm not going to keep talking about it unless you keep fucking asking me questions about it. Come and See. That was the name of the movie that I watched recently. That's a very harrowing World War II tale from the Russians' perspective. Come and See. It's a psychological, almost like a horror from the perspective of rural Russians during the invasion of Russia by SS forces. And it's kind of a bit like Boy in Striped Pajamas a little bit. Very, yeah. Great film though. I think it's like everyone should watch it type thing. I wish they'd show me what they have before I give them money. I'll have to have a look. There's all sorts of videos here I can watch here. But obviously I'm on stream, so I'm not going to have a look at those. I'll look at those later. Hayden Laster says... Hayden, he totally told us we brought it up. We did not. Guys, stop talking about it, man. Hayden says, I guess I can't talk. My comfort watch is Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Like, yeah, that's worse. That is worse, bro. Dude, I used to love Power Rangers back in the day. You know, when I was fucking 8 years old. Yeah. Daniel says, I have a TV. If you want, I can stream it on Discord. Yeah, maybe some other time, dude, while we're chilling. That would be great. Obviously, I can't put it on screen. If I can't put it on the stream, and if I did, I'd be very inattentive because I'd just be sat here looking at that instead of interacting with anything. Yes. The theme song, yeah, the shows aren't good, but the theme songs are fucking beautiful. Yeah, well, yeah. Power Rangers is pure aura farming, isn't it? Really. I used to love that. My stuff back in the day. I loved Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wanted to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle when I was 7, and I was obsessed with the way that when they punched a guy, they flew across the room. And I thought, well, there's got to be some reason for this, because that doesn't seem normal. So I was like, well, there must be something about the fact that they have 3 fingers. There must be something to do. They must know karate. So when I was 7, I started doing karate. My only intention was to be able to punch somebody across a room like the Ninja Turtles do. Why would you let... Oh. The cat's just let himself in. Little bastard. And then I did karate for a few years. And then when I was a teenager, I started doing MMA. And I did that for years. And I'm still do it to this day, actually. I actually run an MMA club. And I have people that I train for amateur MMA fights. But let me tell you, I still can't punch a person across a room. So it was also all for bloody nothing, wasn't it? So yeah, the shows aren't good. But, yeah. Hayden says, it must be because they have 3 fingers. I should cut off 2 of my hands so I can be a Ninja Turtle too. Fucking hell yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying? Fucking right. Yeah, well, you know. 7-year-old me didn't have it all put together yet, believe it or not. A lifetime of martial arts. And I still can't punch somebody across the room, I'm afraid, boys, so don't bother. Man from 2nd grade to 12th, I did Taekwondo, loved every second of it, and I walked away with a 1st degree black belt. Taekwondo's cool. I mean, so I can do some of the kicks from Taekwondo, like the tornado kick and the question mark kick, spinning back kick. Got a good spinning back kick. So, but yeah, it's you need some more stuff in there. Spinning back kick is a particularly devastating technique from Taekwondo. That's probably the best one, I think. Honestly, all of the stuff I did, honestly, the best thing is American style. Not American style. I think I did Greco-Roman wrestling. That's probably the. If I could only ever do one, it would have just been that. At least your takeaway from Ninja Turtles was learn karate, not cut off 2 fingers. yeah, for sure. It was. Cut off 2 fingers. Mate, I had some funny little ideas when I was a kid. I thought that I could become Spider-Man if I collected enough sticky weed. So in the UK, there's this weed that's just like stringy and sticky, and it sticks to you. Not even that much, but it sticks to you a little bit. And I thought if I collected enough sticky weed that my mum could turn, she used to make curtains and things like that and upholstery. She could make me a Spider-Man suit, and we could like boil down the essence of the sticky weed and make super sticky gloves so I could climb up walls and be the Spider-Man. I promise I'm not retarded. Why? Yeah, probably am a little bit. What can you do? Am I like... Interesting. Oh, not a lot of news other than those orc knobs recently. I'm just having a little look back through. Space Marine 2 update. Yeah. So, Blood God, can you tell me if these, or any of you guys who have Warhammer Plus, as a matter of fact, I really like the look of this Blade Guard Warhammer Plus miniature. If you sign up, do you get him straight away? What's the crack with that? Have you guys already received him? Because I need it. I need that guy. He'd be perfect for my Ultramarines. You're certainly a creative kid. Then so I did a bit of everything I never had access. I had access to, never really stuck with anything. I did boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, judo, taekwondo, bare knuckle boxing, fencing, jiu-jitsu. I sucked at everything. I had kind of like the opposite problem, is that I don't like bringing this kind of stuff up because a lot of people will probably listen to it and feel like, oh, look at this dude fucking bragging and saying stuff. But I was always like very very good at things very quickly, but that would cause me to lose interest in it. So I would do all the things you say there. Yeah, done that. Haven't done judo, but I've done MMA for so long that I know loads of trips. And I get really quite good at something and proficient. I mean, I went from in jiu-jitsu, for instance, I went from a white belt to a blue belt in 6 months, which usually takes people 2 years. But then I kind of got that, all right, well, that was easy. And I've always been I'm very good at moving my body around. I don't know, let's just say that. Mark says they swap over a certain point, so make sure you join when it's that many. If you pay for a year, you have to wait 30 days. If you do month by month, you have to wait for. So if I have to basically wait a year. If I do monthly, I have to wait to the end of the year to get it. And then Hayden says I have the same problem. Yeah, it's It's like the opposite of delayed satisfaction. You get it all at the start, and then yeah. I should show you guys some clips of me like knocking people out. I don't know how I'm going to get them onto here. Not tonight, I'm not going to. Remind me in the future, I'll show you guys a clip of me fucking starching people out unconscious. We've just clipped over 11 PM. Yes, yeah, they're the same. Yeah, no, that was one thing I was pretty shit at, actually. I was never good at drawing. I really wanted to be, though, and I did that for a little while, but yeah, no, I'm nowhere near. I don't even think I'm a particularly good painter. I just I find ways of doing things so they look really quite good enough without being like hard to do. So I find ways of making an end result that looks really good, just really easy to achieve, if that makes sense, rather than just pure skillage. Like these guys, I mean, the airbrush is doing most of the work, let's be honest. Ooh, I took up archery recently. I've got a proper like a wooden flat bow, like a traditional one. Shooting, yeah, I was pretty good at that in cadets as well, actually. I was on the shooting team in cadets, in army cadets. But I had glasses at the time, and I was constantly breaking them, so I couldn't go to Canada with the shooting team because I had broken glasses at the time and couldn't get any more. So they were like, oh, well, you can't come because you can't fucking see shit. I was like, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, for sure, man. And what's more is I've got is every single one of my arrows is different, more or less. All wood. They've all got different kinds of heads on them. In fact, I've just got some arrowheads next to me here, actually. I'll show them on the stream. These are, I'm sure you'll be aware, I'm really big into my medieval history. So I've got these, which are like they're called bodkins, and they go onto wooden shafts. And these are like what you'd kill a man with. Every shot's different, right? Every single one, you gotta judge it from the weight of the arrow, I move for every shot. I like to go into the forest and set up targets, and I just walk towards them through the trees. And as soon as I spot it, I stop and I set the shot up. Completely different variation of distance and angle with a different arrow each time. I find that makes so much more of a game out of it. You used to make weapons with your dad. That sounds like, you ever seen the comic book Kick-Ass? That's like Big Daddy and the little kid who like have all the guns and the weapons and stuff. You'll have to show me some pictures if you have some stuff like that. That'd be sick. I really like going down to down in a little place called Tewkesbury in the south of England. There's a festival called Tewkesbury Medieval Festival. And there's all sorts of amazing bowyers and people who make traditional English longbows who are there, all in the big medieval tents and stuff. And it is fantastic. And I didn't get a longbow last time I was there, but I will be damn sure to get one the next time I am there. Whoa! You made napalm and thermite once too. Bloody hell. So, what did you do with that? I mean, one doesn't simply make napalm and thermite and not chuck it at something. You must have done something with it. Okay, an old car that got abused. Wow, dude, that sounds so fun. I've always wanted to just blow the shit up out of an old car. Right, boys, it's getting on in the house. Everybody is getting down and getting to bed. This will be it for me for this evening. So, look, it's been awesome, guys. It's been great. We've had loads of people stop by and join us. We've had all of the OGs, all the regulars jumping in, and it's been great to speak to everybody, old and new, once again. If you are still hovering around, drop yourself into the Discord, because that's where it all goes down, and we have a good old time. And we're always growing. It's nice to get in there at the start of something before it gets massive, and I think we're well on the way to growing into something truly awesome. Look at Blood God. He's just put a picture in of his non-metallic metal. You jammy bastard. But listen, boys, it's been lovely. You know where I am. I'll be in the Discord, but I will see you again next Saturday night. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Get on with your project, and good luck with whatever it is. Alaris in the ugly face picking. Oh yeah, I saw that, mate. So good luck with your placings for the end of the month, boys, and I will see you very soon. Take it easy, boys. Have a nice night or day. Relics gone.